good morning, or afternoon, or evening, or whenever it is. This is the story of the time I ran through the center of the retreat center, covered head to toe in mud. So I was at that same Shambhala Mountain Center up in Fort Collins, Colorado, where I got kicked out of the first meditation class. And like I said, I was in this really transitional phase. I was in this really leaning heavy into bold and free and just woo, do whatever. And I was really feeling myself, and I just assumed everybody else was on board with it. Why wouldn't we be? I'm at this meditation center. Isn't that the point? Isn't that what we're trying to do? And I would describe this place, and I say this with love, I would describe it with a little bit of, it had a bit of Disneyland Buddhism vibe to it, in the sense that the front-facing, the customer-facing, the people who were paying to come up for retreats were getting one particular experience. Behind the scenes, the staff, it was fairly different, and it was a little bit of the like Dirty Dancing vibe behind the scenes, right? And so I was there as a volunteer. I was working in exchange for room and board, and I lucked into this spot where I really didn't have to do very much work, and so I had a ton of free time. And you would think if you lucked into this sort of window of not really having to do a whole lot, and being able to just meditate and float and be in this retreat center and get the stuff, that you would appreciate that and be respectful of that. I didn't recognize exactly how lucky I had fallen into this, and I didn't realize exactly how much free time I had compared to the other volunteers. And so I was like front and center all the time, like not realizing that I'm rubbing it in people's face, but just showing up very bold and very like, I'm not hiding. I didn't know I was supposed to be hiding. And so this one day I had gone off on a wander, and I found a pile of mud. And I had been told that this land was filled with citrine and amethyst and quartz and lots of lovely good vibe gemstones. And so I'm wandering around, and I found this pile of mud not far off from the dirt road that I was wandering on. And there was lots of sparkly things in it. I'm like, ooh, this is good mud. People pay good money to get covered in this good mud. Like all of these crystals and gemstones, like this is gonna be good for me. You know what I should do? I should cover myself in it. That's definitely what I should do. So here I am on the side of this dirt road, dipping in the mud, like covering myself in, and I'm just gonna give myself a little mud bath. So I'm grabbing all the mud and wrapping it head to toe on my face, all my arms, all my exposed skin covered in mud. I sit there, I let it all dry, and I'm like, oh God, this is amazing. Look at how great this is. All this good mud, totally for free. People pay good money for this, and I'm just covered in gemstone mud. Amazing. So I let it soak for a while, and it's all right, well, at some point you go take a shower. The shower facilities were, so it was, you stayed in sort of either cabins or tents, depending on whatever, and there were central shower facilities that were in the downtown area of the retreat center, right? The cafeteria was there, the shower facilities, there were some meditation halls. And so I need to take a shower. So I go back to my cabin, I grab my things that I would need, and I come trekking through the center of town, covered head to toe in mud, thinking nothing of it, realizing now looking back what it really, like people are kind of like, what the, right? But I don't think anything of it, and I just traipsed right on through town, and somebody stopped me with some level of like, oh, all right, you're doing this now. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing this now. Isn't it awesome? And then, off I went to shower and whatnot, and that was the extent of the interaction around it then. But as we get further in these stories, we'll learn like all these things kind of added up to a cumulative like, what the is she doing? And truthfully, I didn't know, no idea. But regardless, I got a free gemstone mud bath, and it was lovely for me, and so whatever. All right, if you're in the Meditation Accountability Group, enjoy 2 days, 5 minutes. If you are not, enjoy your day regardless, and I will see you tomorrow. All right, bye.